What up, guys? For everyone watching the replay, I'm here with Victor Galejos. He did 155,000 profit last year, flipping textbooks on Amazon, seasonal books on Amazon, Christmas books, Easter books, all types of books. He's a wealth of knowledge. He's been doing this for 6 years. He's been silent on social media. It's a pleasure to have him. And for everyone tuning in live right now, whatever questions you have, just fire away. And for everyone watching the replay, be sure to click the other YouTube link below. We're doing a free live step-by-step in-depth training on online arbitrage that's going down Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, right?
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
right.
Turn on the notifications for the one below. All 100% free, and we'll get rock and rolling. How you doing?
Oh, doing great. How you doing, Romer?
Pretty good. Just got done with the sauna. That's why I
got
out of the shower. I've been sauning.
You look like you just got out of the shower. So we're good.
Yeah.
I just signed our Books and Beyond conference contract, so we're good there.
Yeah. Speaking of that, we got Deke coming in here who went to MSC this year. He says, let's get rich. That's exactly what we're doing. Victor is financially free from I wouldn't say from selling books, but that definitely got you there faster. You know,
much faster. Right. I was expecting still be working today. I quit like 2 years ago, and I would still be working another year and a half from now, maybe even 2 more years from now. So yeah.
Do we have the link for that? Or do we have a URL up for the website yet?
I don't think it's live yet.
Okay, yeah. Let's I want to put that link in the description. So what we're doing, you want to talk a little bit about the conference that we're putting on?
Yeah, sure. So we're putting on a Books and Beyond conference. So it's going to be books and everything else. Basically, we also have some eBay sellers coming on that also sell on Amazon. So we got a lot of speakers coming in. It'll be September 13th to the 15th in Las Vegas at the Four Queens Hotel. And we're basically having a Friday night, like, I don't know, basically meet and greet. And then Saturday and Sunday, we're having 2 days of full lineup of speakers and, panels and stuff like that and workshops. So we'll have Friday night with that meet and greet, Saturday, just a whole day of speakers, and then Sunday, some also speakers and then workshops. So we got a lot of people coming. Mel from back from burnout, I think, she just confirmed, so that was actually a really great addition to the speaker list.
Seller, almost 8-figure seller,
right?
Vishal. He spoke at Miami Sellers Conference. He'll be there. We got Seth. So Seth enrolled in my course, which I used to charge $400 for, like 4 years ago, because I made the course 4 years ago.
Okay.
And he's doing like 17K profit a month now.
He's doing really well. That's right.
Super proud of him. Pimp Rogers says, like the video, bitch asses. Smash that like button. I'm not even sure if it helps. Mr. Beast says it doesn't, but it definitely helps my ego.
There you go. It lets us know you're here. Caleb's going to be here. Caleb's going to be there. I mean, he's definitely one of the legends of the book game. So definitely hearing anything he has to say, I always tune in for that.
Yeah, for sure. Let's actually check this out real quick. Actually, if you guys click the link below, I'll share my screen just to show you guys what I'm looking at. Click the link below to save your seat.
So you checked it out. Okay. I don't know if it's live. I mean, I don't know if it's all the way.
No. This isn't the checkout page. This is just the wait list.
So okay, cool.
Below, you'll join the wait list, so you can see all of us are here. And then if you're on the wait list, you'll definitely get an email about the whole speaker lineup, details for the event. And I think we're charging a little bit less than Miami Sellers Conference. What are we charging? $397 starting
$397, right?
For the basic package, and then just like Miami Sellers Conference, you can pay extra to network with the speakers.
Mm-hmm.
And
we're gonna have like the penthouse suite at one of the hotels, and we're renting that out for Saturday night. So the Real World, I don't know what season it was, but actually did their whole season there, and so we're renting out that penthouse for Saturday night. So it's gonna be a pretty cool event.
Yeah. What are you doing about placement fees? Do you want to take that one?
So
do you know what your representative is doing with placement?
So basically I just picked the middle option. Basically, At least little minimal splits, but still splits. So I found that to be the most cost um, best one out there. So
Right. Did you
yeah.
mess with the different options at all?
I did. I tried the one with zero splits, and that just seemed to be the most expensive. And then the least splits was okay if I was only sending out, say, like 20, 30 bucks. But, I'm sending a few hundred. So there was quite a bit of splits. So I ended up just going with the
Like
middle
how
one.
many? Are you talking like 6 plus?
It was like six. It was 6 or 7, I think. Yeah. So it
Mhm.
was like, that's too many for me. And so we went with
Well, since you're
minimal
using a
splits, and
prep
it was
center,
just one.
why was it like more inbound shipping costs for you just to say deal with it?
Yeah,
Like it
that's
was.
what it was. Yeah, and
Okay,
and Frank recommends the middle one, so that's why I was
yeah.
like, okay, let's do that, try that, and ended up being cheaper altogether when you looked
Speaking
at the
of
cost.
Frank,
Yeah,
littleoutprep.com, great prep center to use if you're doing online arbitrage books. He
that's
will
right.
also be at Books and Beyond conference.
That's
One
right.
of the sponsors, actually, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's sponsoring the event. He's not only coming to speak, he's actually going to sponsor it. So it's a pretty cool thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk real quick about like how a complete beginner could get started doing online arbitrage books?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Let me go to Kipa, and
Oh, yeah, I love it when you do. I've actually been doing some OA books. I bought that book the other day.
yeah, that was an awesome book you pushed out.
Yeah.
So yeah, give me just 1 second so I can. Okay, cool.
And whatever questions y'all
All right,
have, drop them below. We'll be on here for a few more, probably 10, 15 minutes just hanging out. So whatever questions you guys have about selling books, fire away.
all right. So I'm ready to share my screen whenever.
Sweet. Yep. I'll pop that up there.
Okay, cool. So I just basically went to Keepa. So this is the fastest way to start finding some good books. You go to Keepa, you go to Keepa Deals, go to books, and then start from there. You click on used. I like to look at books the last 3 months that have dropped at least 40%. So that's pretty much the main things you need to do. Make sure it's
Yeah.
used, 3 months, 40%. These are the things you can play around with, right?
So hold on. We're
Go ahead.
looking at, why does this look different than, so what page are you on deals?
Yeah, and deals.
Okay. So you go to keepa.com / whatever that is. So you go to deals.
Oh yeah. Okay. So all right. You could just go to regular. This is the first page on Keepa,
Yeah.
right? And so you just click on deals, and then from here you click on books and click
Okay.
on used. And why this looks different is probably there's two different versions. You can look at it
Okay.
this way, or you can look at it as a table. And as a table, I like it because there's more data you can see.
Yeah. I'm
Is
laughing
that
because my dad, I just bought him a new mower, and
yeah?
he's like yelling at my mom now, so it's funny. Anyway, so you have all these books popped up, and you got a 40%.
Yeah. These are all books that have dropped at least 40%. And if you go to the bottom here, that's 2,800 books. So
40%
not all of them.
within
What
the
happened?
last.
Yeah, within the last a couple hours, a
Okay,
lot of
last
these
couple
books have
hours.
dropped.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. So you
Okay.
just kind of like start looking through them. This book here has dropped 67% in the last 30 days. It's currently $7, and the used buy box has been 33. So that's actually pretty good. You kind of hover over it, you're able to
Yeah.
see the Keepa chart, and you see that
Yeah.
the book is around. Well, it looks really good, right? It's really low compared to where it just was. So it's
Right.
actually a book you would probably be interested in. You want to click on it, go check it out. And yeah, the book was selling in like the 30s, 37 over here, 40 over here. So the book is $7. There's a really good shot. That would probably be a good book to that's first book up. That's probably a really good book to start out with. Buy that book and sell it probably in the 40s. So buy
Yeah.
it for 10, sell it for 40.
Yeah. That's solid. That's solid.
So
How many books have you bought in the last 7 days?
So I've been working on BookMine a little bit more than normal. It kind of crashed a couple days ago for like a few hours and stuff like that. So I've been trying to stabilize it.
What about
But
last?
let's just say normally I buy at least 20 books a day.
20
Especially
books a
now,
day.
I'm buying at least 20 to 30 books a day.
How long does it take you to find 20 books?
Oh, not long, because this is easy, right? I mean, especially with BookMine. Say on this first page here, we have maybe 150. Well, there's 150 on this first page. I looking at all these, I probably will find like 10, maybe 15 books out of the 150. So I'm having to say no to quite a bit. But on BookMine, it does most of the work for you, so it's even faster. It takes me maybe an hour to buy that many books. So
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. And then the rest of the day, I'm trying to figure out, now I'm trying to figure out what to do with Books and Beyond or at conference
Yeah.
or with Book
And
Barn. So
I
yeah,
get it, man. I get it.
yeah.
That's super cool. I'm wondering, do you know how Joji's doing with his virtual assistant, training his VA to
Yeah, that's
do
where he's mostly doing it right now is focus on training his VA, because once he gets that done, he's going to be able to have even more freedom. But I think right now he's really needing it because he still has a full-time job. So he's that VA is doing his work while he's actually
Yeah,
teaching in school.
that
So
would be my goal because like I'm starting to buy OA books and like
yeah,
if I can buy 10 a day, I really like that you guys say that. I just want to see like how much profit can I make in a year just buying 10 a day because like it's pretty fun
but
to do
yeah,
and super high
buying 10 a
ROI.
day, 10 a day, you probably at least will make 150K overall in revenue, and then that 30% of that will be in profit.
Yeah,
So about 45,000 is probably your max if you just buy
yeah,
10 a day. But that's still really good considering
yeah.
you're
And
not
then if
really
I can
doing
train a
much.
VA to do that, pay the
Right.
VA like
Right.
you know
Exactly.
10K or whatever it costs a year. We got a question from Jorge
Yeah.
Santos Mendez
Anyway, I
asking,
can
"Hey
stop
guys,
sharing.
I'm about to list my first set of books to ship to FBA. I have some books that sell between 1 to 4 times a month with decent profit. Um, should I still send them in or be patient until they sell?" I mean, yeah, if they're good, send them in. I'm not sure I understand your question. Yeah, first set of books. Yeah, like if you have good books, send them in 100%. I would try to get at least a 30-pound box of books.
Mm-hmm.
That way, you're optimizing your inbound cost. And if you're not shipping more than a few boxes a month, like what are you really doing with this business model? Like, even if you're super part time, you should be sending in at least a couple boxes a month to Amazon. That's not that many books. And so, if it's good, send them in. Like, what are we waiting for around here?
Yeah, you definitely need to send them in. I have multiple slower moving books, like a book that only sells maybe once a month, that are definitely in FBA because you make really good money from it.
Yeah, Kevin's got a
Yeah.
great point, or Mega Man has a great point. Talking to Kevin says the placement fee. Uh, the answer to the placement fee is just sell more, and this is like the answer to all fees on Amazon. Like when
Yes.
people are worrying about fees, it's not even necessarily sell more. Like it's sell more good items that have healthy profit. So if your Amazon business has like an average of $10 profit per item, you're going to be much better off than the business as an average of $1 profit per item. If your Amazon business only makes $1 profit per item, when Amazon raises the fees $1, you're instantly out of business. So yes, you can make a lot of money on cheaper items, but you have to understand all Amazon fees before you send everything in. And I wouldn't build your Amazon business around super cheap selling products because of that. Like, yeah, every once in a while, maybe small and light program, you come across some product you can buy a bunch of, you know, go ahead and run that up.
Mm.
But at scale, you're really going to protect yourself in any business with margin because when fees increase, you still have that profit. That's kind of my opinion on that.
No, Roman, that's right. With books, that's why very few people even talk about the placement fees, or at least in my group, because our profit margins are so high that an extra dollar they could easily eat it
Yeah.
and still have no issues.
Can you talk about like your average buy cost? I know I've asked you this before, but what's your average buy cost and average sales price?
Yeah, so about $17 is my average buy cost, and my average sell cost was, I think it was $54.
Okay, pretty
So
close
quite
to
a bit.
Joji's. Joji's was what, 17 and like 60 something?
Yeah, so his is higher because he what he does is a lot of long tail books. He'll buy a book and then wait like 4 to 6 months for it to sell. I have like seasons, right? So I know exactly when this book is going to sell, and I buy a lot of copies of that. And I'm okay with a lower ROI. Like lower ROI for me is 50%. For and for other businesses that's pretty crazy. But Joji's shooting for higher than that. He tries to go for like a couple 100%. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's nice. What other tips would you have for complete beginners getting into OA books?
I would say just like similar to like thrifting books, where you're trying the easiest thing is to get into cheaper books, right? The books that are only $1 or $2, because you can make mistakes with that. You can do the same thing or very close to it with online arbitrage. So basically stick with these books that are like say under $10. shipped. So there's a lot there. I'd say there's at least a few hundred of those 3,000 books we just looked at that are under $10 shipped to your prep center or to your house. Those are probably the books I'd purchase and then understand how books work and then start moving into those higher priced books.
Did you ever, like, at one point, did you prep your own inventory before
I
using
did. I did. Roman, I actually think it's a really smart thing to do. You probably want to do like at least your first 500 books at least that you prep yourself. So like I had my whole like at least 6 to 8 months that I was prepping my own books, and I kept doing it until my wife was like, "Okay, we're either gonna have to move, or you're gonna have to get these books out of here," because I was trying to stack them really nicely, but it was taking over my whole place. So yeah, we got a prep center and been using Frank since. And at the time, Frank was actually in his garage. So he was still,
he's really grown.
Yeah, he's grown now. Yeah, it's been fun to see. And those are the type of people I like to support. Those people who are hungry and just out there just pushing it, right? Yeah. So
yeah. What are you mainly buying now? What kind of books? What you're preparing for summertime?
Yeah. So I'm still buying a lot of high school books, a ton of high school books, because the season for high school books starts at the end of May. And why is because these students have to bring back their high school their textbooks back to the school by the end of May, and a lot of them have lost it, so they'll have to go in to Amazon and repurchase them, and I'm there waiting for them. Yeah.
Right. Are you buying much from eBay? Remind me.
I am. Yeah, I'm buying books from eBay. So what I'm doing is I'll look on Amazon to see what the price is, and then if it's cheaper on eBay, I'll buy it there. So I have two different prep centers. I have one in Louisiana that takes care of eBay, and then Amazon I have with Frank. So
gotcha. And that's just to simplify it.
Yeah, it's so much simpler. When Frank is giving me or telling me there's an issue, I know exactly where to go, right? Or with Chris, I know exactly where to go instead of like, where did this book come from? Because sometimes if a book is really dirt cheap, I'll buy both on Amazon and eBay, and it's really difficult to figure out where they came from.
Yeah, that's really smart. Mega Man Wins saying, I sourced a book at Goodwill Bins like 4 days ago. I don't have an Amazon account right now, but it sold in Macari for $89.99 in less than 3 days. Nice.
That's great.
Nice. Yeah, that's
Congrats.
awesome. What was the price on Amazon, I wonder?
Yeah.
It sold on Macari for that much. I wonder what it was on the Amazon FBA. And why are you slacking on your Amazon account? He's coming in with good tips on how to avoid placement fees and stuff, but
then he doesn't have an Amazon account.
Any questions you guys have? We got Victor here. He says,
No, Victor, I said hi.
Oh, my mom said hi. I forgot y'all met.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome. Fun. Yeah. It was fun meeting her.
Yeah.
Is she going to be at the book conference?
Yeah. Mom, you coming to the book conference September 13th through the 15th. Vegas. She's coming.
Okay.
She'll be there. She's got to be. My dad says she needs to pack all these books that are in the house laying around.
She needs to get a prep center. Have her talk to Frank.
Yeah. She'd have to ship them to him.
Yeah. Do you use Frank?
I've used him before in the past.
Okay.
Right now I'm just prepping myself.
Yeah.
Just because, but I do have a prep center in California that handles my wholesale business. They do all that. Nice. He sold
well, that's for $2
I don't know
million
if he sold it yet, but it's going for 200 in Mercari. Nice. You don't need that much profit to make an account.
That's actually a really good tip. Bibles sell all year long. They sell a little bit more during Christmas and Easter, but they sell all year long. So if you find a good Bible, always pick those up, or at least scan them. Or if you're doing it online, check it out, because there's always a ton of demand for Bibles.
Yeah.
Selling
on Mercari is interesting. I'm just wondering, like, do you know many people selling on Mercari? Like, any bulk sellers? Are they selling on Mercari?
I don't think so.
Say eBay, Libra, books,
Libra.
I never really hear them say Mercari. That's interesting. Interesting. We got the book flipper community. I wonder if that's Caleb logged into his YouTube account.
It could be Caleb. That'd be awesome. I watched you guys' video together. That was awesome. I watched the whole thing.
Caleb. We don't know.
Yeah.
because he sold the YouTube channel. Technically, it's probably Caleb. I'm on a high budget, but I won't. I want to make this happen for me. Nice, yeah.
We'll
High
get it
budget,
done.
you know, low budget. If you're on a high budget, you can spend as much as you want. They didn't boot me. I'm still
Yeah.
alive.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna report him.
Yeah.
Whatever questions y'all have, we got Victor here who made 155,000 profit last year solely selling books.
Yeah.
Purchasing what? How many you purchased total? To
How
sell
many
that much?
books? So it was 9,000. It was 9,000, like 200 books, right around there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Compound effect.
Yeah.
By
You
10
just keep
books a
building
day,
from
what
it.
happens?
Yeah. That's exactly what it was. And it's scalable, right? Because the whole thing is you just purchase it online and the rest of it just kind of happens. So
Okay, so Jorge's elaborating. He says, I'm sending 70 books in 2 boxes that sell quickly, and I put aside some books that only sell between 1 and 4 times a month. My question is, should I still send them in? 100%.
oh yeah.
Because, like, okay, Caleb, who just commented here, the Book Flipper community, shout out to him. He made a tracking spreadsheet. You guys can check out. Go to thebookflipper.com/track. But a cool metric the tracking spreadsheet told us was what your sales rank were, what your average sales price was for sales rank. And so guess what happened? The higher the sales rank, which means the slower selling the book, the higher the average sales price. And then he had another chart that showed you the likelihood or what your books actually sold, what percent of your books actually sold. So what we found was a lot of booksellers had 5 million plus sales rank books on average, and only 10% of them would sell. That's not very many. That means out of 10 books you send to Amazon, 9 are not selling, 1 is. But the average sales price was like $100. So you're getting $100 on average for a book that does sell. You're paying $18 to Amazon to remove the 9 that don't. Is it still worth it?
Yeah.
100%. $100.
Oh, yeah. Definitely it is.
You're getting a $90 Amazon payout, $85 Amazon payout. You pay $18 in removals for the 9 that don't sell. So my point is this: if you have a room filled with 1,000 books, they're all above 5 million sales rank. The answer is still you send them in if the average sales price is high enough, and if the e-score looks good, etc. You know, like it all scales. And do you know what your average sales rank is, Victor?
I don't really check sales rank. I check how many times books sell per month. I'm selling. Definitely, I'm buying books that are selling once a month or even less, once every 2 months. So you need to send those books in. Those are great books. Send those in. Yeah.
If it's a good book, you send it in.
Yeah.
That's it. The trick and what people run into is they send in high ranked books that are low profit. That's what thrifters run into. They see, oh, this is going to make me $3, but it's got an e-score 2 and the sales rank's high. Like, no, you send it in if the profit's high enough and the sales rank is low enough, you know. But sometimes the sales rank doesn't have to be very low if the profit's high enough. So like,
if the profit's high enough, that's what matters.
Yeah,
exactly.
You need to understand that. What's the highest sales rank book you've ever sold?
Oh, like 9 million. So what? And it's 9 million. See, it's because stop paying attention to sales rank. Figure out whether you have to look at more things than just that. It might be at 9 million because there's no copies there, or because the price was like at $400 for a whole 6 months, and at $400 that book will never sell, but at 150 it'll sell. So go and get the book, put it at 150, and which is the right price for that book, and then it'll sell. So it's not, you know, just don't stare at the sales rank and think that's everything. You have to actually see how many times, where has it sold, and at what price points, and stuff like that. So yeah, the sales rank isn't as important as where it sold and at what price points.
Yeah. Are there any tricky, like, keep a product finder or keep a deal things that you, or filters that you put to try and find books that maybe have sold only twice in the last year because the price is so high, but the year before they sold really frequently? Like, you know what I mean? Like the year before there's consistent spikes, but over the last year, not many spikes. Like, I guess Keep It doesn't have that big of a range. Like, could you do that? Like in 2023 or 2022, I want the average spikes per month to be 3. So it sells semi-frequently. But in 2024, I want it to be like basically nothing. Is there any way to do that?
That's an awesome idea. They only go back 180 days, but what you can do is look at the reviews or the reviews of
Gotcha.
an item, because if the reviews of the item are pretty high or if that book are pretty high, then that book used to be popular and now it's not. So you can assume something's happened to
So
it.
what would you
Yeah.
do to look
So
for
I would
that?
put the reviews high, like maybe 30, 40, something like that, because that book used to be really popular.
And then
And
you're looking, would you set
yeah,
like a sales rank range of, or would you set the price to be really high to like 200 plus or something?
I would put like the average used price used to be say $200, like in the last
Yeah.
90 days or something, and then maybe even that because you can also put percentages of how much this book has not been in stock. And so put 1% or more of that book not been in stock, and it sells, and a review rating of like at least 30. You're gonna find books like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually a really good way to find really high
Yeah.
profitable
I'm
books
gonna
that way.
actually do that tonight
Yeah.
if I remember.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put those in. For everyone that's just joining, we do have Books and Beyond Conference. This is just like Miami Sellers Conference. It's coming up September 13th, 14th, and 15th
15. Yeah.
in Las Vegas. It's going down. There's going to be an after party. It's
That's
going to be
right.
100% book sellers, 100% media sellers. We have a bookseller who made $1.6 million profit, who spoke at Miami Sellers Conference. You guys can see him speak here. We have Victor, who did 155,000 profit last year, all 100% used books. So if you're looking to build your book business, take to the next level, network with these superstars. Do we have Reezy Resells on the list yet? We should invite him. We haven't already. Did he say yes or no? Did he want to be
He's currently a pencil me in. So
Gotcha.
we don't have him
Appreciate
confirmed.
Reezy.
But
He's expensive these days, so we're trying to everyone send Reezy a message that we want
yeah,
that you want him to come and that he shouldn't charge us too much.
exactly. Get him over here. Get him to that conference. That'll be awesome.
Yeah, he could drive there. So
yeah,
could he? I don't know if he could drive. He's in Northern California.
He's in California. He could drive there.
Yeah, but California's a weird state. There's like the mountains, the Sierra Nevadas, and so
yeah.
like sometimes you're like, oh, you're only by the bird flies. It's like really short, but then sometimes the GPS will take you like through Death Valley or some shit.
Yeah.
I get scared when they're 5 million. That's probably the highest I've sold that I know of. I was at a library sale. There was a 5 million ranked Jewish set of books, but I saw that over the horizon of the Keepa, it sold at least once or twice a year. It just had gone like a year without selling, so the sales rank was atrocious. Picked it up, sold it a few months later for $2,000. So
yeah,
you just gotta understand sales data. Like if there's only one other offer and it sells twice a year, eventually you're gonna get the sale, especially if you're FBA and you match the price, you know. But if it's like a 3 million ranked book, $20 profit, and there's 20 FBA offers, you're screwed. Very low chance you'll ever sell that book.
Let's go with this. Also, all my Christmas books are all well over 3 million right now.
Okay.
Because it's not Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm buying a ton of those books right now because they're all dirt cheap.
Nice.
So 3 to 5 million ranked books, I don't even pay attention to it. I pay attention to when it was selling in Christmas. So that's also something also you got to see of like, oh, well, did this book ever have a season? And if it did, you should then, still purchase it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys want to learn more about OA, like in depth, if you're kind of lost, we do have a free training, 100% free. It's going to be here on YouTube.
I'm excited about that.
Make sure to turn the notifications on below. Joji and Victor will be both presenting like step by step how to do it. So be sure to show up live 8:30 p.m. on Thursday, April 25th. So 3 days from now.
All right.
Excited for that. Jorge says thank you. Appreciate you too.
And Joji's an actual teacher, like in high school, so he's really good at
we're all
actual
teachers.
Stuff. Yeah.
No, Joji is great. You can tell like he teaches all day. We just pretend to be teachers.
Right. We pretend.
Can I use my state ID to log in to set up my Amazon account? Do I really need a utility bill? Whatever they ask for, give them. You can use your ID. So your social security number will function as your sole proprietor, like business identifier. Just go through the process. I think you're overthinking it. Like, do you really need a utility bill? Do you have a utility bill? If you do, why are you asking me? If you don't, figure it out when you get there. I'm sure he says, I don't think utility bill in my name, but
Ask your mom to change the name of the utility bill to your name for a month. It doesn't take long.
He'll get suspended for life for edited utility bill, and then we'll have to go on Instagram to.
I mean, make it official. Go into your energy or water bill and just change the bill. You can do that.
I'm gonna see if I can pull up the speaker lineup because I'm pretty pumped about this event.
It's a huge. We have a ton of speakers. I was really surprised of all the people who were like, "Oh, definitely yes." Wow. Okay.
Vegas is like near and dear to my heart because when I lived in my car, it was like
Thanks.
I went there like an idiot, and
We're
man, I
gonna
was
kill
pretty
it in
impressed.
Las Vegas. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be a ton of fun. We're gonna be on Fremont Street. There are gonna be a ton of
Dude,
hotels there.
I went there 23 years old, living in my car. I slept like near the strip.
Oh yeah.
Went inside with $100. Walked to the first poker table I saw. I handed the guy $100 bill. He handed me one, or she handed me one chip back.
You're like,
Black chip. And I'm like, all right, like this is it. And then the guy across the table is looking at me, and he's like looking at me like I'm a loser. And he's like, "This is a $100 buy-in." And I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna go to the $5 tables around the corner." I didn't care. And then I slept in my car that night. And then a few months, or I guess like a year later, maybe 9 months later, Caleb, who is the book flipper community, who is coming.
Yeah.
Caleb, you're coming to.
He is coming.
Yeah, he was actually thinking about a golf tournament. So I'm like, I'm manifesting that he's coming to this event 100%. But we got him on the website, which I'll show you guys in just a second.
Yeah.
He hosted an event in Vegas. Turn the Page event was what it's called. And I remember just hanging out with him, Reezy Resells, and I was like literally like a fly on the wall. I was hearing him and Reezy talk to each other, which were two people just like me and you on YouTube talking.
Right.
Like I didn't realize that these were like real human beings. And I'm like, holy shit, there's Reezy and Caleb Roth just having a conversation. I was just drinking my shots, 24 years old. And it changed my life, man. Like realizing that these people are actually out there, like the people on YouTube are actually like real humans. It switched something in my brain that I can actually do this. Whereas before I just felt like it was a scam. That's why I'm so gung ho on Miami Sellers Conference, because I realized that when people go there, they're never going to be the same again. Like it's going to change you. You're going to know these people in real life, and you're going to realize there's no cheat codes. Like it's just hard work and just do what everyone else does to get results. Like the 7-figure book seller, you'll meet him. He just sells a bunch of books. Like if you want to sell $1 million in profit each year, it's possible. Is it a lot of work? Hell yes. You'll see it in his eyes that it's a lot of work, but it's that's why I'm so passionate about these events. Let me see if I can pull up the website.
Those few booksellers, that's all they think about is books. When I was talking to them in Miami, that they're literally on the phone, they're literally texting people who work for them, and that's all day. That they're doing spreadsheets, they're trying to figure out ways to improve their business.
Yeah, it's like the energy is amazing. Like even if you don't drink, it's fine. But man, getting everyone in the same room and the alcohol gets going and people just nerd out over like their businesses. It's magical.
And the after party was awesome. That was really where you got to meet everybody, one-on-one.
My mom's here.
Hey,
how's it going?
Books and Beyond.
Yeah, I want to.
You have to come.
I was gonna. I know. I need to. I was gonna say about the Miami one. That's the thing. You guys like non-stop talking. And I like to talk, but you guys non-stop talking, and also the I told Avery, I'm like, gosh, you got to have longer breaks, no, you guys just kept going and going and going.
We don't stop.
And of course, I'm not
no breaks. You can go outside if you want to.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
It was a straight 3 days. I didn't come back with a voice at all, but it was fun.
Yeah.
I'm planning on doing it again in September. I plan on talking to everybody I can, helping anyone I can there, and it's just going to be a great event. A lot of people from my group are coming.
The wait list is below. Put your email in, and you'll get
definitely do that.
You get all the emails for the event. And I'll pull up the website real quick. This is not official yet. You can't purchase tickets yet, but you will be able to.
Let's go. Let's do it.
And I'll show you guys the official speaker lineup we have. Here we go. Okay. So if you look here, shout out to our sponsors. We got Bookmine, Go-To Lister, Replaying Catcher, Little Owl Prep, Sell Back Your Book, Be Cool. Oh, Be Cool is confirmed?
They have not confirmed. We just added them yet. Because they said they were more than likely doing it. So
yeah. Sweet. And here's our speaker lineup. We got Joji back from the burnout, Joji Davenport, Caleb Roth, Steve Rakin, Victor Galejos. We have Vishal Muti. He did 1.6 million in profit last year.
Yeah.
don't know how much he paid in taxes to the Canadian government. I don't even want to think about that. They might be worse than us. The Book Peddler, Diane Mashburn, Amanda, Seth, Shauna, Seth Kordick, student of mine. He bought my course 4 years ago, which you guys can get 100% free at starthumble.com. If you guys go to starthumble.com, you get the same course that he got 4 years ago. He is now doing 17,000 net profit a month flipping books and media. He's doing a lot of eBay to Amazon flips. Super proud of this kid. He'll be speaking.
And Shannon Mann is the prep center. She owns Central Virginia Prep. So a lot of booksellers use her.
I'm glad you said that. And then Amanda, you guys, a lot of you know her from the. Actually, probably a lot of you don't know her, but she's on the Facebook group. She does a lot of eBay to Amazon. I think she's at like 15,000 in sales a month ish.
Yeah, about there. And she just started a YouTube channel just about maybe a couple weeks ago.
Go subscribe, type in Amanda Ballard. You'll see more of her. Bill Martlink, character, sell back your book.
Yeah.
Super funny guy. His fame to claim is he met Jeff Bezos like 15 years ago and got a picture with him. So he runs sellbackyourbook.com. He was coming to these events, these book selling events that built my network of all my best friends to this day. He was coming to those. He was sneaking his way in. We didn't know who he was. And turns out he's running like I don't even want to say their sales numbers, but 8-figure.
Some crazy amount of numbers. Yep.
He, lots of zeros, and he's helped build that. So legend in the space. Max, we have, who is the rare book expert. If you guys ever have questions about rare books, we should put his IG handle. Oh, it's got that. I didn't even read these. They're like
they're not done yet. We're not polished yet.
Steve would be selling. We got pictures. Steve copied Alex Ramosi. We got John Buscarello, who is another student of mine who I told to quit his job 5-6 years ago. I was a young kid. I told him to quit his job, and he did. And it worked out for him. He's doing like 60-70K a month.
And he also did he's done bulk books, and now he does online arbitrage.
Online arbitrage, so, So he spoke at Miami Sellers Conference as well.
Yep.
He's getting pretty jacked. He's been working out all year, so he'll be there. Be good to see him again. We got Frank from Little Owl Prep. So we have at least 15 people that will be attending the conference, even if none of you buy tickets. So that's I'll have fun with those guys.
We'll all get together and talk to each other. Yeah, we got at least 15 people.
That's how I look at Miami Sellers Conference. I'm like, even if nobody buys tickets,
I'll
just have fun with all these speakers who I paid to be here for the weekend.
Right. Yeah. Based on what Steve told me, there's already at least 200 people on the wait list. So we're going to have a big conference, I think.
Yeah. We'll see. You never know with these things, but I have a good feeling. I bet on the low end, 100 people, on the high end, 200 plus. You never know. But Turn the Page events always brought in like 40 to 50 people. So like, I know it's going to be good. Like we already have more promoters. Back then it was just Caleb and Matthew promoting those events.
You know what I think is pretty cool is that we're doing this conference in September and the other one's in March. So it's like 6 months from each other, each one. So like perfect, 6 months.
Perfect.
It's pretty cool.
We were thinking about doing another Miami Sellers Conference around this time, but I'm so glad this popped up because now I can put my energy towards this.
Yeah.
People were wanting 2 events a year. So this is really good for book sellers.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
Everyone else can wait. Tell us about the most recent library sale y'all went to in what state? You probably haven't hit a library sale.
I have not been onto a library sale. I like the friends of the library have like little shops there on the side of a library, and sometimes I'll go check those out because it's fun. But I've never actually scanned a book.
So the last library sale I went to was here in Nashville. Made a YouTube video about it, and man, library sales are great. You know, if you go in, like the books are always fresh, or they should be fresh. You'll find it's like being at an Easter egg hunt. Scan. You pull your books, and then you can pull out $500 to $1,500 profit, if not more, if you're patient. Like after everybody scans all the books, make sure to look up the non-barcode books. But then at some point, all the books have been picked over, and really the only books you're going to find that have profit are the non-barcode books. So you have to manually type those in. And an analogy that I love that Joji brought up is like, okay, imagine walking in a library sale and everybody's already looked through the books. Like they're basically crap. But what if you're like looking at these books and you're like, well, maybe there's some that are still good. What you can do with BookMine and keep a product finder is you can filter through those books. So imagine being able to crank up a dial where you're literally like, I only want to look at books that are $50 plus and have a 2 million or less rank. Like that's just an example. And then all of a sudden 99% of the books go away, but there's like 20 books left. That's essentially what online arbitrage books is.
That's right. Exactly.
That's why I'm pretty pumped about it.
It's a really great analogy. That's exactly it. We take all of the shelves, put it into one shelf, and tell you these are the books. Just look at these out of the thousands of books out there. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I think we've talked about this, but like in the future with these VR goggles that Mark Zuckerberg and everyone's making, imagine you go in with like your Google glasses on, and there's a shelf of books at Goodwill. Let's just say there's 2,000 books on the shelf. Imagine just being able to like look at them, and then all of a sudden it tells you that book has an E-score of 24. This book has a profit of 30. This book has, a profit of 42. This book has sales rank 5 million. You can just see it all, and then you can see if there accepts or rejects. So you see, oh, there's 20 accepts right now. I'm gonna grab this book. I'm gonna grab that book, and that would be super, super cool. But again, that's kind of like what online arbitrage books is. Like you can set these filters, and Victor is able to purchase 20 books a day that will make you. What did you say your average profit was?
Per book, definitely over $20. Yeah, over $20 a book. Yeah, over $20 a book. Yeah.
So you're making $400 an hour each night watching Netflix or something.
Yeah, not doing much. Yeah. And honestly, I'm only doing it now so that I don't look like a fake guru, because I'm like, I'm having fun doing it. I could bring my numbers down some, but I'm like, I want to stay at these numbers so that I can continue to publicize those and still do book mine, because I'm doing book mine this and this conference. I mean,
no, I get the fake guru thing. I get that. Yeah. When restricted inventory popped off for me, that's when I felt like a fake guru, because I went from thrifting every day and I was vlogging my journeys and I went from really making like all my money from thrifting to all of a sudden I was making a ton of money from restrictedinventory.com. And then I was like, oh, I don't have to thrift anymore. And then I was like, oh, I'm not even like really finding inventory for Amazon. And then kind of felt like a fake guru, but got over it. And now I sell 130,000 on Amazon, so everyone can suck it who calls me a fake guru.
Definitely.
Any idea when we can expect Go-To Lister in Canada? It's taking me forever with Turbo Lister. Yeah, we'll have it in Canada eventually. Book mine that's just for .com, right?
It's for just .com. I've looked at books in Canada. They're just not that great. There's not that much demand like there is in the US for books, right? Like most books, even the highest demand books, only sell a few times on Amazon Canada a month. So
that's a whole nother arbitrage, Canada to US. That'd be interesting for people that live
that's what you should do. Actually, you should take those books and then sell them in the US market. Get a prep center and sell them in the US market.
That would be
much easier.
So many ideas, so little time to execute on them. But imagine a software that looks up all the Canadian prices and then US prices.
That would be awesome. Like, hey, go buy them in the Canada market and have them ship over. Yeah, that's actually pretty smart.
So for anyone that wants to start a software, there's one for you. We can't do everything. I'm making Go-To Lister. He's making book mine. Somebody needs to make the Canada to USA flips. I would use that. I'm doing Amazon FBA week 3. I went to my first library sale this week and it was great. Currently using Go-To Lister and already have $600 profit. Good job, John. Proud of you. Thoughts on AcceleraList? I made Go-To Lister because AcceleraList sucked. AcceleraList didn't suck. I actually gave a lot of ideas to AcceleraList, but I knew it could be better, and that's why I made Go-To Lister. Of Go-To Lister? My mom says get a free trial of Go-To Lister. Go to GoToLister.com for your free trial.
Get a free trial of Go-To Lister.
Here's a pro tip for you guys. Get a 30-day trial. Go to GoToLister.com/VictorG.
Yeah.
So be sure to type that in.
There you go.
And that'll give him here, let me retype this one more time. That'll give Victor some coffee money. So it's GoToLister.com/VictorG, and you'll get a 30-day extended trial if you go to that link.
That's awesome.
So go check that out.
Appreciate it.
100%. But yeah, another thing about AcceleraList, so like he kind of made me mad because when my account got shut down last summer, he emailed all of his users that, hey, our owner's not getting their Amazon account shut down. I'm like, that was a low blow. So I wrote a blog titled Why AcceleraList Sucks. And one of the reasons why they suck is for influencers like me and Victor, they would cut you off. So like if Victor brought 1,000 users to AcceleraList, they used to pay $15 per month. But at a certain point in time, they don't tell you, they just stop paying you. And I thought that was really slimy. I thought that
is slimy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I wrote a blog post about that was like one of the worst things I thought they did. And you can go to acceleralist.com/affiliate or something. And now they have a $10 for life affiliate program. So for all my affiliates out there promoting Acceleralist, I helped y'all out. I helped their affiliate program.
Yeah. That was awesome. Keep doing that. That was, yeah.
But there, I mean, another thing about Acceleralist, and this is a problem with a lot of softwares, is like, it just like anyone who's used Acceleralist, they just have so many features that don't work. And yeah, so he's saying Acceleralist is $40, no disrespect. I only use that. Yeah, I mean, I get it, but like, if you want actual functional profit reports, they don't have smart pricing, meaning like they just match your items at buy box price. They don't price your faster selling books at higher prices. And it's just so many features. Like if I look at a P&L and it says like I'm $1 billion in debt, which Acceleralist did, then I just lose faith for it. So use whatever you want at the end of the day. But if you want to support me and my channel and list your books faster, go to GoToLister.com and get your free trial.
With GoToLister, you put a lot of effort into it. You every month have already come up with a new update to it. You improve it in lots of ways. You get a lot of customer feedback. You go in there and change it. That's the difference between your software and others.
Yeah, you guys have no idea what's improving. Like these other softwares aren't improving. Like we're coming for Inventory Lab's throat.
Like when you scan a book and then it takes a while for it to load, and that's what every other software is doing, right? It's waiting for Amazon to respond and then for it to produce a label from that. You guys are actually creating a small server on the side that holds that information and waits for Amazon to do it. And that's expensive. And you guys decided to invest into that. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Dude, I haven't even told you what we have planned yet. I can't really talk too much about it. I mean, we're 45 minutes in here, so I'll talk a little bit about it, but we have a mobile app coming soon. So you'll be able to list from your phone. And if you guys haven't already, you can check your profit stats. If you go to GoToLister.com, gotta make sure I don't show you all my products. I'll let this load real quick. But we have a pretty mobile-friendly view of your profit stats, and we have an app coming out. So my developer, my partner, Dom, doesn't want me talking about it too much, but I'm a blabbermouth. So you can check that. This is already on the website, so everybody can already go here. If you go to GoToLister.com on your phone, it's kind of blurry, but you can see what your profit is the last 30 days. And these are like super accurate numbers, how many items you've listed, what your average sales price is. And as a bookseller, you should be tracking what's your average sales price. How many items have you listed? The more items you list, the more money you're going to make. You should be tracking all these things. I did $32,000 in profit the last 30 days. Amazon Seller app doesn't tell me how much profit I'm making.
No, you don't.
And
it doesn't.
Pretty soon we're gonna have a mobile app where you can list like while you're in the thrift store. So it's gonna be insane. Mega Man says mobile app, I'm sold. It's gonna be sick. Like Dom's gonna be pissed at me for talking about this too much, but
and that's what I mean about just constant improvements. And people think that like just doing that mobile app's easy or cheap or something. Yeah, it's a whole different software. It's a whole different programming language. It's a whole different beast on its own to get the mobile app together. So I mean, well done. Bookmine doesn't even have a mobile app because of that amount of work. I might get to it. I mean, but it's work. So well done.
Yeah, it's like, but does Bookmine really need a mobile app? I guess
no, not really. But some people just like, hey, when I'm just around the house, I just want to use my phone. Can I just use my phone with Bookmine? I'm like, well, I mean, it
might be sick actually. Now that I think about it, I might actually use a mobile app.
Yeah.
Because I use Seller Amp on my phone all the time. Like I look up. They have product history, so I'll like go through my product history. I'll like look up prices. I use Seller Amp all the time on my phone.
The big thing with Bookmine is that it has the Keepa charts, and you really got to see that on a big screen to be able to see all the drops and stuff. So yeah, that's why we haven't done it yet, but maybe in the future. Right now I'm just trying to get the word out more. We're almost profitable. We're not there yet.
If you guys want to go give Bookmine a free trial, go to Bookmine. Is it .co?
.co. That's right. .co.
Go to bookmine.co. And here's a pro tip: get a 30-day extended trial if you use Romer. So all caps, R-O-M-E-R. Make sure to put all caps there, and just play around with it. Go to watch Victor's videos. Go to Bookmine YouTube channel. Subscribe to that. Be sure to come to our free training on Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, where Victor and Joji will be sharing exactly how to run an online arbitrage business, how to find books. And again, if you just buy 20 books a day like Victor is, you could be doing 100K profit a year.
Oh yeah.
Or start with 10 books a day, turn your first 10,000 in profit, and then scale it up. Sky's the limit.
And that's the thing when some people say that, like, oh, you made 500,000, that's out of reach for me. You have to remember that I didn't start with that, right? I started with much less. I started probably with like $5,000, and then I just kept building it from there. I kept snowballing it because like these high profit margin items, you turn in 5 into 10,000, 10 into 20, and you just keep building from there.
Yeah, 100% the compound effect. Nacho Cheese asking, what's the best way to get books locally for free? So I'll give you the roadmap for this. Very simple thing you can do, and that'll give you a little bit more complex of a way. So what I recommend you do is on Wednesday, look up all the garage sales, all the estate sales in your area. You're going to hit up all of these, and you're going to pass out your business card. And your business card is going to say that you pick books up. So free book pickup. If you don't have a business card, literally just write a piece of paper down with your phone number, or better, collect the phone numbers of the owners and the estate sale people running it. So you're going to go to estatesales.net and estatesales.org, map out everything single estate sale in your city, go and pass out those cards. You should also buy the books at the estate sales, obviously. But if you pass out cards that say free book pickups, you'll have a bunch of phone calls come in the next week, and you'll have like unlimited books to deal with. Next, you can go on nextdoor.com or Nextdoor app. So download the Nextdoor app, post on there that you do free book pickup. Same exact thing. You just write a little post. Hey, I have a book business. I'll pick up your books absolutely free. If you go in my Facebook group, if you get a free trial GoToLister in the GoToLister Facebook group, shout out to Drew. He's been posting all different types of basically short little business snips or business summary or whatever you call it, ads that he posts on Nextdoor every single week. So you post the same ad 100% free on Nextdoor every week, and you'll get a bunch of comments, bunch of DMs. People will message you their address. And before you know it, you'll have like unlimited books to deal with. So estate sales, pass out your business cards, the Nextdoor app. And then next level, like if you're really milking your city, which if you live in New York or the Northeast, you'll have so much success with this method because there's so much wealth in these areas and the rest of the country too, but definitely where like the more wealth there is, the better opportunity there is there. What you could also do is register your business on Google and then put like something about book pickup and then put your phone number. Be sure to put that you don't actually sell books in your store. Otherwise people will drive to your house. This happened to my lister down the road. People would drive to her house and like try to pick up books. But people will call you. Like you'll get a couple calls a month and just say, hey, I'll pick up whatever books you have, or you can drop your books off, and that'll work. So just put something about a book business on Google, get it registered on Google. They'll send you a verification code to your address. But that's a pro tip. If you're having success using the other things I talked about, like Nextdoor, estate sale, if you're getting bites from there, you should probably just put up an ongoing website, not even a website, but just register yourself on Google, and you can get free book pickups.
Another idea, it happens to me. I tell people I sell books. Just anyone I'm talking to, and I get offers like, hey, just come pick up my books. I don't know, or my grandma's passed away and she has like 500 books. She was a book collector, and I'm like, man, if I was just selling you books like you guys do, there's a ton of books out there. But just tell everyone like the last guy was the guy who was fixing my plumbing, and I told him I'm a bookseller, and he told me he had a ton of books he could give me, and I ended up to a guy named Josie. He was part of the Miami Sellers Conference. He picked up a few hundred books that way. But yeah, there's a ton of free ways you can get books.
What do you have to say about people that run across a book that they're restricted in, from brands like Berkeley, Marvel, DC Comics, stuff like that? What would you say?
So I would, well, like with Marvel and stuff, I'm ungated on that. So it's probably how many books you've sold. So sell a good amount of books. First, probably get to like 1,000 books you've sold, and then you'll probably just be automatically ungated on them. But if you still have issue and you're still trying to work that out, and you're basically already past 1,000 and you're still gated, probably then if you want to, go ahead and buy 10 books from the publisher and then try to get ungated. You
or just go to christianbook.com if you guys look at the screen here. Type in the
Christian
publisher.
Books. Yep.
And just sort by the lowest price, if you can find it here. And you can literally buy $1 book or $5 book, whatever the cheapest one is. So just make sure the publisher, and make sure it's not an ebook. Just look for the Berkeley publisher, which I'm not sure if that's that looks like the author's name maybe, but find the publisher here.
Yeah.
And then buy 10 units of it. I think you can even buy, see, like American Girl is a common one. This will get you ungated like in any book. You can also get ungated CDs, DVDs. Just buy 10 units from this website.
No.
For $80, you could get ungated American Girl doll. It's like, should you get ungated American Girl doll? It's like, do you come across American Girl doll books often? If you have 4 books in your living room that are American Girl doll and they're worth $100 profit, it's worth paying $80 to get ungated, And then DVDs and CDs, every single seller that does thrifting should get ungated in DVDs and CDs. And you can easily get ungated for like $50. Just find a DVD on here for $50. Make sure your address and your business name match the information in your Amazon account. Buy 10 units, upload that receipt to Amazon, you'll get ungated. Like christianbook.com is a great resource for booksellers to get ungated. And basically any book brand, DVD category, CD category, like this is a really good resource. So
the christianbook.com is actually an awesome hack. And I need to do it for DVDs because there's a lot of Christmas DVDs that I need to be purchasing, but I am currently gated in that I can get ungated by just buying 10 DVDs. So,
yeah.
Smart way.
Jorge says just smart pricing is way worth it and 10 times faster. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Marie says Amazon is competing with vendors. How can you win? What do you have to say to that?
Basically wherever Amazon is at, that's your max price. You're probably going to be a few dollars under Amazon. So either go and check the history of the book. Has Amazon ever been out of stock of that book? And if not, you're just going to have the price underneath them, or just don't purchase the book.
So Victor can choose. I don't want to compete with Amazon. Right. So with Bookmine or Keep a Product Finder, you can filter. I want Amazon to be out of stock. So Victor's actually buying books that Amazon's not on. But if you're out thrifting and Amazon's selling the book for $40, you don't even care about Amazon because you're probably selling the book used for $20-$30. So my rule and smart pricing on GoToLister automatically does this. Scout IQ automatically does this. We go 10% below Amazon, which may be a little bit aggressive, but we assume that you can't sell the book for more than 10% below Amazon. So if the book's selling for $100, we assume that, hey, best case scenario, you'll sell this book
90.
Used for 90, which is still pushing it, So most of the time the used buy box is like way lower than the new buy box. So you're competing with Amazon, but at the same time, you're really not, because Amazon doesn't sell used books unless they're doing warehouse deals, which is a different thing.
Whole different beast.
That's them selling our books that they lost.
Gavin, I think you're right. Exactly.
Gavin says, should I make a batch on GoToLister and list books every day, then ship once a week? Yeah. So I really like the flow that Eric did. I had Eric come on last week for a Q&A. Okay. And what he does is all week he lists books on GoToLister. He continuously checks send shipment. And if there's no splits, he'll accept it. But if there are splits, he'll go back. The next day he'll keep listing. The next day he'll keep listing until he gets the batch big enough and the splits are favorable at the end of the week. Regardless, he's going to accept them. We have a really nice box content flow. So even if you have 3 or 4 splits, it's super easy with GoToLister to deal with split shipments, because all you have to do is pick up the book a second time, scan it. It tells you what warehouse it's going to, what box you put it into. And so that's what I recommend you do. List books as a week go on. See that profit number go up on GoToLister. Preview batch. If you ever get no splits, accept that. Send that shipment out early. And I think that's like the best flow. And I didn't even really know that flow until last week where he broke it down. But I think that's an amazing flow.
That is really awesome.
Yeah. Have you gotten free books from a school library? Like not a college, or just from a school library? I've done clean outs of schools that closed down. Basically, I got them for free. I paid like a couple $100, but I mean, I paid like $1 per book. So it's like, and these books were selling for like $50 plus profit. Like I felt like I was robbing them. But
I've had teachers who've retired and have started selling their books on eBay, and I noticed that, and so I wrote to them and offered like a one price for all their books deal. So that's happened to me before, but not like free, but I've gotten some really good deals that way.
Actually, that's how I sourced my first FBA shipment. So I found out about FBA. I didn't have enough textbooks to send FBA.
Yeah.
My college campus had a free book section. I went and took all the books, donated $20 to the school, and I shipped all of them FBA. Didn't check them or anything. Didn't check the sales rank. Just assumed they would sell. They were in there for like 2 years. And I didn't realize until like a year or two later that I still had those same books in my FBA inventory. Luckily, storage fees weren't as bad back then, but I did not scan those books or anything. I was like, free books, bet. Send them to Amazon FBA.
Let's do that. That's actually how I started with books. How I even realized that books were profitable is because I sold my books to the bookstore, and then coming back the next month from December to January, and my book is now double the price. I remember that I was like, wow, this is really simple way to start. This is a great way to make money.
Yeah, I did that on accident with an organic chemistry book, and I didn't really realize what I was doing.
Okay.
I actually repaired the book in my college. They had like a laminating machine, so I took it was a spiral bound book. I took the cover off, laminated, made it look all nice. I thought because I made the book nicer, it sold for more, but actually it was because I sent it FBA, and I priced it higher, and I got the buy box. So I sent it FBA. The reason why I sold it for more was I bought it merchant fulfilled, and I sold it FBA. I think I was watching like Caleb's videos or Reese's videos about the buy box. So I think I kind of knew what I was doing, but I didn't really know. But that was the first time I kind of like did an arbitrage flip where I bought it online and then resold it. I bought it for class, and then I resold it in a little bit of profit.
Like when my first like semester of buying books, I didn't even know of Keepa. I just knew the margins were so high that all I needed to do was buy all these books in December and wait till January. So I just bought a ton of college textbooks and then waited till January and sold them all. And I ended up making or revenue was around 40,000 my first semester of selling books like that. So
what does it look like for you? So you're doing that whenever the season comes, whether it's like summer season or Christmas season or textbook season in August.
Yeah.
How are you repricing during like peak season?
So if each book has like, so if it's a really, really popular book, it's a really, really popular high school book, let's just say, and I'm really successful in sourcing it, and I'm bought like 30 copies of that book. So if I'm able to buy, say, 5 to 10% of the market, I'm going to buy the shoulder of that price. So if you see the mountain, there's like a peak to the mountain, but there's like 2 shoulders. I'll price at the shoulder, not at the peak.
Gotcha.
But if I've only bought like a few copies of it, I'll price at the peak. Right, because I'm trying to make sure they all sell. So I'm if I have that many copies, I'm going to sell at the shoulder. If not, I only have a few. I'm going to sell at the peak.
And you don't really have to reprice during season.
No, it's rare. By the middle of August, virtually all my books will have sold. I have very few left, maybe a couple hundred.
And so, like your few that don't, are you going in? Like, how are you checking on those?
So what I do is those books that are left around the middle of August, I'm going to go in and check what happened. And usually what's happened is Rent You or Apex has come in with a surprise amount of books last minute, and now I'm probably going to need to break even on those books. So
how do you like? So it's text. I mean, how many books do you have in stock right
now? Not even 2,000. I'm getting
so that's still like a decent number to sift through. How are you sifting through those? Like, do you have like a SKU that are using like a certain seasonal SKU, like fall? Is fall part of your SKU, so you know it's fall season? Or how are you knowing that, oh, these are the books? Do you have a spreadsheet where you're opening, you're like, all right, here's all my fall books?
Yeah. So I have a massive list of high school books. I have like 4,000 high school books that I look a VLOOKUP with. So I pull my actual inventory and then my 4,000 books, and any ones that match, I know all these books should be selling in August because they'll all come back and show up as high school. And the other books will more than likely be either Christmas. I also have a Christmas list, and any ones that aren't are all year round books.
Gotcha. So you pull like your active inventory, do a VLOOKUP, and then do you just look those ASINs up on Seller Central and then manually reprice?
So by the middle of August, if those haven't sold, I have that there's such a small number, literally a few hundred, that I'm able to look them up individually. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. I saw a thrifter scanning CDs at the same store I was sourcing, but I walked past him and his entire cart was full and he was still going. Nice. Sounds like he was hustling, or he didn't know what he was doing at all. One of those.
And what's good about CDs and DVDs, they're really expensive, but they're really lightweight. So you could take 100 of those and put them in one box.
Once I send books into Amazon, how long should I start before repricing? My answer is going to be different than Victor. Victor prices to sell. And like he said, he only has to reprice a few during season. Personally, with the thrifting model, what I do is I reprice pretty aggressively, like after 3 months. You guys can check out my repricing strategy. If you go type in Romer repricing books, be cool, and we completely lay out what I do, and you guys can copy my settings there. Okay, talk to me like a puppy. What is good books? What is good profit for per used book? I'm still not profiting it. and it's been since 8 of 2022. Sounds like you're doing something wrong. You're probably not sourcing enough books. What we mean by a good book is a book that has healthy demand, healthy profit.
Yeah.
As the demand goes down, the profit must go up. As the demand goes up, the profit goes down. So a dollar book that's in my living room, to this day, I'll still send in a dollar profit book. If it's in my living room and it's got a 1K sales rank, and I know it's going to sell the moment it checks in Amazon
Wow,
FBA.
1K? That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna you know. But if it's a 5 million ranked book, it better be making me $70 to $100 profit for me to even consider it. So sounds like you just need to find more books. Like if you've been doing this since 2022 and you don't have results, you probably are not putting the effort in required. What is the effort required? The effort's buying good books. What are good books? I just outlined that. Healthy demand, healthy profit. So for thrifters, what I teach, going to thrift stores, how many scans did you do last week? Did you do 1,000? Did you do 10,000? I guarantee you the more scans you get, the more books you're going to find. For Victor's
and you
model,
can move up your triggers, right? You can make them pickier. And I think maybe you need to do that and just need to put more work into it. You got to go scan more.
Scan more books, track your scans, make a scan goal each week. That's the effort you need to measure in order to get money out of your book business. And when it comes to using BookMine, maybe commit to sourcing 5 books a day, starting out, 10 books a day.
Yeah.
And maybe you're only going to spend $5 to $10 a book. Maybe you're only buying 10 books a week, but consistently, whatever you set your effort goal at, just reach that effort goal. And eventually the profit's going to come. So I would say the effort goal.
It's about consistency.
Yep. Track your scans if you're thrifting. And then for BookMine, you should be tracking your purchases. So I would try to purchase, starting out, maybe even just a book a day, and just see, like, am I selling books for a profit? If you are, then start purchasing 2, start purchasing 3, start purchasing 10.
And that starts getting addicting.
What would you say a good effort goal? Would you say purchasing books would be a good goal for people in your community?
Yeah, that's definitely it. We tell everyone at least buy 10 books a day, because if you buy 10 books a day, it's easy, because there's 10 easy books to grab now. That, like, if you went to an apple tree, the easiest apples are the low hanging, right? And so you pick out those first. But you go back to that same, like, if you try to pick out 20, it would be much more difficult. But the next day it'd be easy again, because like there would be a whole nother set of 10 easy apples to pick. And so it's much easier to pick 10 a day than to try to go over that number in any day. So the consistency is really what really gets you off there.
100%. What's a cutoff date that you send textbooks into Amazon?
So are you specifically sending them, or are you going to send them to a prep center and send them off? Basically, if you are sending them yourself, you can even send up as late as maybe August 1st, because there's still a late August season. Like, there's still some especially if it's a college textbook, there's some colleges that start at the end of August. So you're still good at the very, very beginning of August.
You would recommend, like, if they find it now, would you recommend they send it in?
Send it in today. Yeah. I'm selling.
Just set the price you want to sell it for. If it sells early,
exactly.
Merry Christmas.
And so some people tell me, well, I'm it's costing me storage fees, and I'm like, it's 4 cents, and our profit margins are so high. Even if one of those books sell a month, we did it. You made the profit you needed to.
Yeah. And the last thing you want to do is wait to send textbooks in July, and then something happens, Amazon's checking times are slow, and you miss textbook season. So always send the books in at the price you want them to sell for.
And send them in now. If you have them now, send them in now. I sent Christmas books in a couple of months ago even, and I've already sold maybe two Christmas books already. So yeah, it happens.
Sounds like she's feeding the beast. She says, I sent a box of 15 to 20 books in last week. Nice.
That's great.
Keep doing
that up.
Keep sending a box a week and you'll get results.
Yeah.
500 is not enough, but it just depends on how much you wish to make. What are we talking about? 500 scans. I would do 500 scans a week is nothing. Like if you're scanning 500 a week and you have a 2% accept rate, you're only finding 10 books a week. I would at minimum bump that to 5,000 scans, which I used to be able to scan 1,000 books per hour at my local bookstore, maybe 1,500 per hour. So like you can really get your scans up. Just find a good location with a lot of books. The most important thing is you're at a location with good books. It's not all about the scans. you could scan 500 books and all of them could be accepts if you're at a really good source. Let's say somebody's private collection. So always try to go upstream, get the best books that you can scan, whether it's an estate sale, whether it's a private collection, whether it's, Facebook Marketplace, a school that closed down. Those are like the best sources. Then your next best sources are going to be thrift stores, libraries, and your next best source. I would say library sales are actually above ongoing thrift store and library sales. And then, those are like, just keep going down, different sourcing methods, see what works for you, and go to the places that yield good books. If you want to make 1K,
also getting connection with like the friends of the library also helps out, right? Because like before the sale, will sometimes let you in beforehand.
Yeah, become friends with the library. If you want to make an extra 1K a month, completely doable. It's just 100 books. Let's reverse that. If you have an acceptance rate of 5%, if 5% of the books you scan are good, then every 500 scans, you'll get 25 books. So all you got to do is scan 2,000 books to find 100 books, which will make you 1,000 a month. It's math. Just figure out what your numbers are and get after it.
For me, it's 50 books. Find 50 successful books. You made $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how many books ranked 100K or lower should I send in a month? So you're already setting yourself at a 100K cap, which you shouldn't. You should be sending in books.
Stop doing that.
Are good. Yeah. Like a room filled with 5 million ranked books that are all worth $1,000 profit is just as valuable as a room filled with 5,000 ranked book or 5,000 sales rank, which is incredibly fast, that are $5 profit. Like obviously that room's going to sell way faster, but the other room, for every book that sells, you're making $1,000. So it's a theoretical concept. But if you have a room filled with super slow moving books but outrageous profit, that's the same exact thing as a room filled with super low ranked books with medium profit. So the reason why I bring up that analogy is like you should be finding high sales rank books that have high profit, send those in. Low sales rank books with low profit, or medium or high profit, whatever, we don't care. It's a low sales rank book, fast mover, send those in as well. Like, don't cut yourself off at some arbitrary rank number. This is a mistake that all the old people make. They're like, oh, I'm never going to go over 1 million sales rank. Why?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense.
I just checked out a book that I sold today was 3.9 million rank. It just sold, so it went down to 290,000 rank. So because of my sale, it went down to 290,000. So if I had turned that book down, I wouldn't have gotten that sale. So that's how big of a difference one sale can make. So don't turn books like that away. You got to check out the Keepa charts.
A book could be slowly creeping up 3-4 million sales rank, but the moment Victor buys it, or any of us buy it, or any customer on Amazon, it's going to go down to around 100,000, and then it's going to slowly creep back up again. So sales rank is a screenshot in time. It's always changing. So don't base it off of sales rank. E-score is a better metric. Sending 200 plus books a week. I work full time and only source on weekends. See, John's out sourcing weekends, making it work. That's all you really need to do.
Hold on, John.
Just have 2 big days a week that you go sourcing. That's all you need. And you can find a ton of profit. Since libraries are small, continuous book sale or cart that changes frequently. Yeah, so continuous book sales are great. Fresh books are the best books. If you go to a continuous library sale, ask if they have books in the back room. If you go to a thrift store, after scanning all the books they have on the shelf, ask if they have books in the back room, because the inventory that nobody else has scanned is going to be the best inventory. So fresh inventory is the best inventory. Change your mindset. 100K is not high at all. I have sold plenty of 2, 3, 400K books in less than a week. Exactly. Thank you guys. I appreciate all your help. I'll keep you posted. Well, that's a wrap. Victor, thanks so much for coming on. You guys
that was awesome. Thanks for having me on. I really enjoy this. My whole community, the whole Facebook community enjoys when I come on. So
heck yeah. So if you guys haven't already, check out our book event in Vegas. Books and Beyond. Sign up for the wait list. We'll put the link below. Also, me, Victor, and Joji. These 2 men have done 100,000 profit last year selling used books, never leaving their house. If you guys want to learn how they did it, click the link below. Turn on notifications. It's 100% free. It's going down here. YouTube, 8:30 p.m. on Thursday. Much love, guys. Catch you soon. Peace out, Victor.
All right.